So I've been following this New Jersey drones thing for a while, and it's just crazy. And there's a lot of crazy and really interesting theories out there. So I thought it'd be really helpful to put all of them together into one top 10 video. Number one, they are hoaxers or hobbyists. So the reason I don't really subscribe to this one is the fact that these drones are reported to be really big, like 6 feet long, the size of a small car, the size of a small bus. That's not your regular hobbyist who could be a hoaxer, regular drone. These are not people who bought these off Amazon. If you have a drone this big, it costs probably $100,000. And there's so many of them. So unless there's a huge group of very rich people that are trying to like pull one over on the rest of us, these are not your regular hobbyists. Another thing is that there were a couple of guys that were arrested right outside of Boston Logan Airport who were flying a drone dangerously close to the airport. And these smaller drones that are owned by individuals are more easy to track back to the source of who's controlling them, which is why they caught these guys outside the airport. These larger ones that are just flying all over our different airspaces, over military bases, if our government was able to track them back to just a hobbyist in the neighborhood doing it, they would be doing it already. That's how they caught these other guys at the Boston Logan Airport. Another thing is that when people are sending up their hobby drones to check out these larger drones, it seems that the larger drones are knocking them out of the sky, possibly with EMPs. So these big bad daddy drones are definitely not your regular dude drones out there in the world. Theory number two, they are retail business drones. So Google and Amazon have already come out saying that these are not their drones. They are not testing their delivery services or anything like that. There was a power company that in the New Jersey area texted a lot of people saying they'd be using drones to look at some of the power lines. However, those power companies use regular quadcopter professional drones, but still significantly smaller. And they're not like the fixed wing shape that a lot of people are reporting of these mystery drones. I'm going to talk more about the fixed wing shape in a second, so hold on. Theory number three, it's the government or our military testing new technologies. This is very possible because they've done it before, like with the stealth program, right? The problem is with this particular instance, there's hundreds of them flying over suburban airspaces, military airspaces. The stealth was like one-offs in the middle of the night, and of course they could just write that off as being like, we didn't do it, and have plausible deniability. In this case, it's been going on for a month, every single night, except for Thanksgiving, so that does kind of have some credence to the fact that it could be ours, and our people had the holiday off. It was very strange. That was the one night that not a lot of reports came in, if any. But it's just, they're causing a lot of panic. So if it's them, they really need to speak up about it already, take some credit for it, have a better cover story than playing dumb. It just doesn't really feel like a fair comparison to the stealth program and other test things like that. Who knows? Maybe they will admit to it. I hope so. Theory number four, they're aliens. Okay, I love this one, but here's why I don't think that the drones are aliens. They are, again, fixed wing. Let's come back to that. Fixed wing means that they look like our airplanes. They have wings that are solid, that go across. They're not the propeller-shaped drones that the rest of us have at home, the toy drones. They're not quadcopters. So they are larger. They're about 6 feet. Again, they're huge. And they have these lights that are very similar to FAA regulation blinking lights, right? So aliens, I see a lot of people online being like, well, who says aliens couldn't have lights on it? True. Aliens might have lights on their craft, right? But would it look just like our blinking FAA ones? I see people saying they could take the shape of our types of aerial vehicles to hide from us. I think if they had that capability, they would be doing a lot better than what they're doing right now and showing themselves to us every single night. So it really feels man-made. Again, they look like our technology. They act like our technology. They blink like our technology. So if it is a duck and it sounds like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck, right? So it's probably not aliens, but I have more on the aliens thing coming at the very end because it is one of my favorite theories, but not this particular one. The drones are not alien. Why they are up there might be alien. Hold on. Theory number 5. We're under attack. I don't like this one at all. Really would suck if that's the case. A lot of people are saying that they've heard that there have been like nukes that were brought onto our soil, and that these drones are up there every night searching for their radioactive like print or something. Now, here's the thing. That's really, really serious, right? Like, if they have the capability of doing that, which they do, there is a nuclear program that the government has that supposedly has like 3 really high-end vehicles that can go in the sky and look for these things. A, there's so many of them, they're not finding anything. B, why are they only coming out at night? It'd be really easy to get a cover story saying, hey, Amazon is testing their new delivery drones. We're going to have these up in the sky every day, and don't worry about it, while they're sniffing out this radioactivity during the day and the night. They wouldn't just be up at night. So it just doesn't feel like that's the case. And if it is, the government is not doing a very good job at it, and people are freaking out about it anyway. You could also say, though, that maybe they're up in the sky to be some sort of defense to missiles coming in. But I know that we have like anti-missile stuff that we could shoot things down if they're heading over our way. But maybe there is an Iranian mothership, like that one congressman said, that's off the coast of our country. And they say that the drones don't belong to them. And that may be true. The drones might belong to us, but we're waiting and hoping while our government agencies are negotiating with other government agencies to not have this all-out war. Who knows? It seems really scary. I think that this could be plausible, right? It could be. It's so scary. It would explain why a lot of our government is playing dumb or being really quiet about it, because they're working it out and they're hoping for the best, and they don't want people to start massively fleeing their states. Also involved with that attack theory, the drones look very similar to the Russian Orlan 10 drone, which they have used in reconnaissance, like with the Ukrainian war and all of that. So very, very similar. Fixed wing, look like a plane. The problem is that the Orlan 10, which also looks like a lot of our military drones, are about 3 to 4 feet in length, and the ones that are being reported being seen are like 6 feet. Granted, it's really hard to tell in the sky, especially at night, how big something is, how far away it actually is. But these types of reconnaissance drones used by our adversaries are able to fly at like 20,000 feet. So why would you be so low and so obvious every single night? Also, Russia's involved in a whole big sort of expensive battle overseas right now. So can they really afford to have hundreds of these drones? Each one costs between $80,000 and $120,000 a piece. They're probably they're probably running out of money from the war they're already in. So would they really be sending these over here? Now, there could be other adversaries. It could be China. It could be Iran. It could be a lot of other things. They are very similar in size, shape, and appearance to true military drones. So that is a huge possibility. Theory number 6, it's a government psyop. So a lot of people have been talking about Project Bluebeam. That has been around for ages and ages. It was a government conspiratorial plan to use holographs or holograms up in the sky to convince people that they're under alien attack, or that gods are back, angels are here, in order to control the people, create a new world order. It's very possible that it is a government psyop in order to freak everybody out, and maybe start to control us in that way. Fear does activate that amygdala, and all of a sudden everybody is on high alert and being good little yes men and yes women to the government. Think about it. The timing with the presidential transition right now it makes that one feel a little on the nose too, right? Like, the election just happened. The presidents are transitioning powers. People are all up in arms about that. It's a really good time to try to do a takeover in that way. That brings me to theory number 7. It's a distraction tactic. So a lot of things have been happening. Again, the elections just happened. We had Mr. Luigi out there who was doing his thing. And a lot of people think he's some sort of national hero. Not going to have any opinions on that. But maybe this is a way for us not to find some common ground in such a divided country, to distract us from things like that, so we don't do things like rise up and revolt. Now, I like this idea. I don't like that the government would do this, but I do have to say that Mr. Luigi happened after the drones were already being seen. So it's definitely not him we're being distracted from. So we need to ask ourselves, if we are being distracted, what are we being distracted from? Alternatively, if the drones are real, and they are real, but if they are a real threat, or they are a real big super secret, maybe there will be other things coming out in the news to distract us from that. So keep your eyes and ears open, folks, to see what else the news is going to start covering that will take our attention away from talking about this and demanding answers. Distractions work both ways. Theory number 8, new laws and surveillance. So this entire, I'm going to call it a shit show, let's just say it like it is, this entire thing has made our government look like a clown car, basically. They're all pointing fingers at different departments and saying we don't have the right regulations, we don't have the right rules, we don't know how to, handle drones, and we're basically at risk. So this could be a play to kind of like show the people that we don't have the right laws in regards to shooting them down or capturing drones, so that we can get more laws on the books. We've done this before at other times of, danger and strife in our country, and we'll do things like create, the Homeland Security, and then we will simultaneously lose some of our freedoms while they enact these laws to protect us, and also protect us for real. So it might be a power grab in that way, or testing out new surveillance drones that could be used to watch over the people with constant facial recognition, like some sci-fi dystopian future. That is definitely a possibility too. Theory number 9, it's disinformation. So like I mentioned before, there have been a huge amount of UFO, UAP, you can call them either one now, sightings around the globe for the month prior to this month that's had all of the drones. And you'll see a lot of the drone videos, the drones are going up to these other orbs or bright lights in the sky and engaging with them. Some of them knock the drones out. I just lost my light, but I'm going to keep going. So who knows? It could be a disinformation campaign. So if there are mysterious other vehicles in the sky, could we be sending up the drones in order to kind of take credit for that and to get people to stop talking about mystery of UAPs, UFOs, orbs in the sky, and just write them off as drones from our own military? Or, and this is my favorite, theory number 10, our drones are actually up there to look at, engage, test, figure out what these other UFO, UAPs are. So a lot of them, there have been larger craft that people have videotaped besides the drones, but a majority of them are these small orbs. They're circular, fast-moving, able to do quick turns and shoot off into the water, into the sky, into our atmosphere. Orbs have been being seen around for ages, but especially in the past month, there was a lot more of them. So what are these orbs, and are our drones being sent up there to assess the situation without alerting the people and kind of figure out what's going on? Now, there's a whole direction I can take on these orbs. So I'm going to make another video and go through all the different theories about what these orbs could be. They could be ours. They could be another life form that's from our planet. They could be a life form from another planet. I'm going to do a whole another version of these with some information about what these orbs might be. It's really interesting. So stay tuned. But in the meantime, I want to know, what are your theories? Do you agree with any of these theories? Are there other ones that I'm missing? Please comment down below and let me know what they are. I'm very interested in hearing more. Do you think any of these are completely bunk? Well, let me know that too. Please share, please like. This is my first video like this, so if you like what you're seeing, definitely let me know and I will start creating some more. Thanks.